Any student that comes to James Madison is going to get an incredible educational experience. What honors does is that it gives these students the preparation and the experience so that they're actually more competitive for their first promotion and their second promotion.
Within the Honors College, you get to really know your professors and get to know what you're doing, not just getting an A or passing the class just to pass it. You get involved with whatever you're doing.
In their honors courses, they could be with students that are in different disciplines. You might be a senior history major and you're taking a class with a senior who's in biology. And so you can have conversations across the disciplines and see what other students are doing.
I chose JMU and the Honors College because it seemed like a perfect sized community. I really liked that JMU had all the opportunities and areas of academics that I could focus on, and the Honors College provided a way for me to dive into areas that I was more interested in and make connections with people in a smaller environment.
Honor students are leading the dialogue, leading the discussion, leading student groups. I just absolutely love seeing them grow as leaders and humans and incredible active citizens.
Hi, thank you so much for being here at the Honors College Virtual Choices live stream. My name is Dr. Alicia Davis, and I am the Director of Student Engagement in the Honors College. My role includes student programming for the Honors College, as well as admissions and recruitment. I help co-direct the first year experience with the Honors 100 class, and I also work with alumni engagement. And it is my pleasure to introduce the student panelists that are joining us for this session tonight. These are all current honors ambassadors. And so I will kick it off with Meghan to introduce herself. So Meghan Gillespie.
Hi, my name is Meghan. I'm a freshman at JMU from Williamsburg, Virginia. I'm majoring in elementary education and have minors and honors in liberal studies.
Hi, I'm Kathleen. I'm a sophomore at JMU. I'm a double major in history and political science, and I have minors and honors and pre-law emphasis.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm a senior at JMU. I'm a psychology major with minors in honors and statistics, and I have an emphasis in leadership.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maya Warren. I'm a first-year student. I'm a computer information systems major with minors in entrepreneurship and honors in disciplinary studies, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Hi, my name is Blake Bogan. I'm a sophomore from Warrenton, Virginia. I'm a bio pre-med major with a neuroscience concentration and minors in medical humanities and honors.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you all so much for your introductions. The way that we'll operate during this session is if you have a question, please go ahead and post it either there on Facebook or on YouTube, and we will try to get to as many questions as we can. And I'm going to kick us off with a few questions that I have here in pocket. The first one is a common one that we get, which is what it's like to live in the honors dorm, which is called Shenandoah Hall. And so I'm going to give that question to Meghan and let her share her perspective on that.
Hi, everyone. Currently, as a freshman, or for the last semester and half of spring semester, I lived in Shenandoah Hall, and I will live there again next year as residence advisor or an RA. There is no experience like living in Shenandoah. It's really close to Hall. It provides lots of opportunities for interactions among hallmates, whether it's hanging out on the weekends, studying together. And one of the things that's great about Shenandoah is those are the people who you probably spend the most time with. They're extremely friendly. You'll take classes with them. And I wouldn't trade my experience in Shenandoah for everything. I'm such great friends with my hallmates. I still talk to them all the time. Even though I'm home, we FaceTime every day. It's a really great experience, and I would recommend it for everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Meghan. A second question that we have is, how are honors students involved across campus? Are they involved in other organizations, or do they stick to themselves as a group? And so I will send that one over to Kathleen to get her perspective.
Hey, everybody. So something really unique about the Honors College is you'll find there's a lot of leadership roles within cross-campus organizations. I personally am involved in many different things. I'm in the marching band, Marching Royal Dukes, the basketball pep band, club swim team. I'm in a professional music fraternity, and I'm in a history honors fraternity. So you'll find there's a lot of people in your hall or just in the honors college in general that are in social sororities or fraternities and so much involvement. So just because the course workload seems a little daunting because it's honors, it really is not. And you'll find that you'll have time to do so many different things and get the really awesome college experience you really want.
Okay, great. Thank you, Kathleen. The next question coming up is, I mentioned this briefly with the Honors 100 first year experience, but can you tell me more about the Honors 100 class? And Jordan was one of our previous teaching fellows, and so I'm going to send that question over to her.
So the Honors 100 first year experience class is something that is so unique that I feel like is really a feature of only the Honors College. One of the biggest things that makes this class so unique is that it's not taught by professors, it's taught by honors students. So each class of Honors 100 has about 8 to 10 honors first year students in it, and it's taught by 2 older honors students. So this past fall, I had the opportunity to be a teaching fellow. So myself and my partner Mason, we taught one of the classes, and we have special guests often of honors faculty members who will come in and have the class with us and have discussions with us. The classes are really interesting because we're able to talk about things specific to the Honors College, like how class registration works for honors and really help first year students understand that process, all of the requirements and credit opportunities and like areas of emphasis and things like that. We talk about how to get involved in those things and how those work structurally within the Honors College. We talk about ways to get involved within honors, like the Madison Honors Leadership Council and the book club, things that are exclusive in honors that you can join. And the class also stems out into talking about ways to get involved in the Harrisonburg community and ways to get involved in community outreach, as well as finding your own passions, finding out what you want to do in life, and just ways to work towards your career.
Great. Thank you, Jordan. We have a question coming in from Jawan, and this is, if you pursued an area of emphasis, how did you pick your area, and how beneficial can it be or has it been to have it in addition to minoring in honors? I know that Maya is planning to begin her area of emphasis in the fall, so I'm going to kick this over to Maya to answer this question.
Hi, day one. So currently, I am planning on starting my area of emphasis in the upcoming fall semester. I'm actually going to plan to do an area of emphasis in leadership. And an area of emphasis is basically kind of a focus on a certain subject within your honors seminars. And they can be very beneficial if you see something that interests you and maybe you want to learn about that particular subject more. Like with me being a business major, leadership really intrigues me. So I thought, hey, let me take my honors seminar courses in leadership so I can learn how to use those skills in my professional career. So there's different ones. There's like service, research, leadership. There's a couple more, and you can find those on the Honors College website. But I definitely recommend that if you see a particular subject that you want to focus on studying when you're doing your honors seminars, definitely look in the area of emphasis.
Great. Thank you, Maya. The next question coming in is from Samantha, and I'm actually going to take this one. Her question is, can transfer students participate in the Honors College? And the answer to that is yes, they absolutely can. We have 2 ways of admission, 2 paths of admission into the Honors College. We have track 1, which are students who are coming in as incoming freshmen. And then we also have a track 2, which are students that are coming in either as transfer students, or they might be students who didn't know about the Honors College before coming to JMU, but are excelling academically, and they are able to apply at a later date for entrance into the Honors College. So that's definitely an option. The next question is coming in from Rachel, and the question is basically what you look for in prospective honors students. I know our student panelists are not making the admissions decisions, but if you could speak to this from a peer perspective and maybe the types of qualities that you see in your honors peers, that would be great. And I'm going to give this one to Blake. Thank you.
Hi, Rachel. So I think like the qualities that I see most mirrored in my peers are what I would like to see, you know, when I'm looking around at, say, an honors ambassador meeting, is just sort of like the driven, like-minded mentality that they just want, you know, the next step. They're not, you know, settling for oh, well, I could get an A if I worked harder, but I'm going to take the B. They're working hard to achieve what they really want, and they're, being their best selves. They're, well-rounded community members, involved in a lot of things. They're not really just sort of, one track. They're all around involved in a lot of different things. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Blake. And basically, what Blake said is right on. We're looking for these well-rounded students who have leadership potential, who are forward-thinking, who are willing to kind of tackle the hard questions. So beyond a track record of academic excellence, absolutely what Blake said is certainly what we're looking for in prospective students. The next question is coming in from Rishi, and this is basically what are some of the honors requirements in order to get the minor. And so I'm going to kick this one over to Megan, who will give some insight about her particular path and some of the requirements she's working through.
So as an honors student, you'll take a combination of your gen eds, honors seminars, and honors electives. This is just the pathway to getting your honors minor. Your honors gen eds will most likely be done through your freshman and sophomore years, typically in a smaller class setting where your relationship with your professor is very personal. Then you will also take what are called honors seminars, which, as Maya was talking about, have particular areas that they focus on that are usually taught by honors faculty or other faculty across campus. And those are used to complete your seminar portion of your minor. And then you have other honors electives, which are just other classes that you take outside of gen eds or outside of your seminars that are used to fulfill your honors minor.
Thank you, Megan. The next question is coming in from Vanessa, and Vanessa wants to know about registration for classes as an incoming freshman. So Kathleen, I'm going to send this one to you if you can talk about that, just basically from your experience, which you recall, and then also a little bit about priority registration.
Hey, so with registering for freshman year, you're going to do it the summer before. And what's really helpful is the Honors College sends out, for us, they did a little pamphlet that they'll email it to you, and it will list all the classes, all the descriptions with both the gen ed courses we've talked about and the seminars. And you'll find out that there's a lot of flexibility for taking Honors 100 because we offer a lot of different sections. So it's guaranteed that every freshman can work it into their schedule, at least because it's 1 day a week. So it's really not too challenging to work that in. And then you can always contact somebody in the Honors College to help you with that. I know there's some tips and tricks that I didn't even know about putting up my schedule together. So there's some really helpful things on My Madison that you should look at, like Schedule Planner, and that really helped me pick my schedule and make sure that I didn't have to run across campus in 15 minutes. So yeah.
That's great advice. Next question coming in is from Leia, and this one's going to go to Jordan, which is good because she is one of our panelists who did not live in Shenandoah. But Leia wants to know if any of the experience is lost by not rooming in Shenandoah, and if you didn't room in the honors dorm, how'd that go?
Hi, Leia. So I did not live in Shenandoah my first year. I was in a residential learning community for my major, so I lived in Hoffman Hall for that requirement. I still thought that I was able to socialize with people in honors. I met a lot of other honors first year students in the honors 100 class, and also in my honors gen eds. I was able to make a lot of friends with people in honors. I still felt connected to the honors college and the honors faculty, and was able to still be able to talk to them, go to office hours, things like that. I didn't really feel left out not being in the dorm. I kind of wish that I did looking back because I feel like a lot of people had fun, but I really didn't feel like I missed out on anything major in honors. I still made those same connections with all the other honors students and faculty, even without living in the dorm.
Great. Thank you, Jordan. So the next question, I'm going to take this one because I'm not sure that this information has been conveyed to our honors ambassadors, but this one is coming from Ainsley, and she wants to know when the honors students are going to be moving in and whether it's a different day if she's not living in Shenandoah. And typically in past years, we have had an early move-in for honors students. With the addition of a fall break this year for this coming fall, it's not really possible. The move-in date has been moved to Saturday for everyone, so Saturday, August 22nd, and so we're going to keep the same move-in date for all the honor students. So it'll be August 22nd. We will still have some orientation activities that are going to be planned for the honor students, though, and so more information about that will be forthcoming. But everything will be on the same date this year. The next question is coming from Julia, and Julia wants to know about the process of choosing a roommate. She says that her roommate she and her roommate are in a roommate group together, and she wants to know if there's anything else she has to do to have a confirmed spot in Shenandoah. And so I'm going to give this one to Maya.
Hi, Julia. So if you are an honor student, you will be guaranteed a spot in Shenandoah if you like to live there. Even if your roommate is not honors, you're guaranteed to live in Shenandoah, just because there is a percentage of honor students who choose to opt out and live in other residential halls. So you don't have to do anything else. As long as you're in a roommate group together and it has been confirmed, then you will be okay.
Thank you, Maya. Next question is coming from Jennifer, and she wants to know if she'll have time to be in the Honors College, Trelawney, which is the biotechnology residential learning community, and play club soccer while being a bio pre-med major. And this goes well because I'm going to kick this one over to Blake, and she hopefully will have some perspective on this.
Hi, Jennifer. So definitely that's a lot going on, but you can, I'm sure, manage it. Honor students tend to be the more driven, like I said, well-rounded students. So I'm sure you're pretty good at time managing by now. I would definitely suggest maybe meeting with your advisor and trying to figure out working out your classes with all those other commitments. But there are definitely a lot of people along all of those routes who can help you sort of find your way and help you work it all out. And you can always sort of, take a step back from one thing if it's too much and then go back to it later, or just sort of navigate your way through it.
Great. Thank you, Blake. I'd also like to add that Trelawney for the fall is going to be co-housed at Shenandoah as well. So if you are a biotech major and you're interested in Trelawney, you can choose to kind of be in both living and learning communities in the same dorm. And that also Corey Cleland, who is directing the Trelawney living and learning community, he is currently hosting Zoom sessions for honor students. And so if you don't have that information, you can track me down on the honors website and send me an email, and I will be happy to share that Zoom login information. The next session will be next Tuesday. I believe it's at 4:00. So we'd like to make sure that everybody knows that. Next question coming in is from Grant, and he wants to know that as an honor student, are all of your classes taken with honors college students, or do you take classes with students in your major even if they aren't in the honors college? And so I will give that one to Meghan.
Hi. So it all depends on the section of the class that you're in. For example, as a freshman, you'll take a communications class called SCOM, and most freshmen take what's called SCOM 123H as a requirement. The H designates that it's an honors section, meaning all the students in that class will be honors. However, if you take a class without the H designation after it, meaning Geography 200, for example, it'll just be a gen ed with everyone else who could be in honors, they could not be. You most likely won't know unless there's an H designation after that. And once you get to your major classes, again, the H makes all the difference, whether it's going to be all honors or if it's going to be a mix of honors and not honors. But it all adds to the learning experience. So honors or non-honors, they're all great classes.
Great, thank you. The next question is coming in from Jill, and she wants to know what's the ratio of out-of-state students in the honors program. And I honestly do not know that off the top of my head. But Jill, we will try to find that out for you. And we are happy to get that information back. Something that we're going to do is the questions that we might not know the answers to or that we haven't gotten to in this live stream, we will post the answers on YouTube, but actually I have a note coming in from the dean, and he said in-state was 84% last year. So never mind, we do have the answer. So 84% are in-state. So thanks so much, Dean Newcomer, for sharing that. Next question is going to be for Kathleen. It's coming in from Samantha, and Samantha wants to know if the Honors College is only specific for certain majors. So are there any major restrictions for the Honors College?
So the really nice thing about the Honors College is we have liaisons in each major. So they're there to formulate it to your major, work it around that. It's really nice. Speaking to living in Shenandoah, one of the best parts, I think, is that you have so many people from so many different majors. So you could easily find a chemistry tutor if you need it, or somebody. It's really nice to see that everybody has their own interests and are equally as driven and passionate as you are about it. So we're not major exclusive or anything, and you'll find people in your own majors. Like, it's not uncommon, but it's really nice to see. I think we had one of at least almost every major in my hall last year. It was really nice. So that's really cool about it.
Okay, great. So I'm going to give this one to Jordan. This is coming from Grant, and he wants to know that as part of the honors curriculum, are you able to mold or design your own major that varies slightly from what JMU offers? And so I think if Jordan, I'm not sure if you are able to speak to independent scholars or not, but I can if you can't. All right. So that is a program that is offered. Independent Scholars does allow students to work with honors faculty and other faculty across campus in order to design a program major that fits your needs. Dr. Phil Frana helps coordinate the Independent Scholars Program and would be the person to reach out to for more information about that. But Grant is also asking for a little bit of clarification about what we mean when we say that honors is flexible. So I will kick that one over to Jordan and let her discuss what flexibility means when we use that in the context of the Honors College.
I think flexibility has a lot of different meanings when it comes to honors. So if you come in with your specific major, let's just say you're a bio major, and you have those specific courses that you have to take in your bio major. But if you have any other outside interests outside of biology that you're interested in pursuing, honors is the perfect opportunity to be able to pursue those, because you could take an area of emphasis. Let's say you wanted an area of emphasis in creativity along with biology, something that's very different per se, but you can still explore that and be able to integrate it into biology through taking some of those classes through honors. Also, there are honor seminars that aren't specific to an area of emphasis. There are ones specifically about public policy and times of change. There's ones about like monsters in literature. There was a Harry Potter one, like just really interesting kind of odd classes that you wouldn't see on a regular curriculum, but they're so cool and so interesting. So those are ways that you can kind of branch out of your major and explore new different kind of directions that you can find interest in too. That's really cool about how interdisciplinary honors is. It really encourages you to get out of the box of just your major and be able to explore really anything that you would like.
Great, thank you. Next question is coming in from Hannah, and Hannah would like to know whether or not honors college students have more opportunities for things like internships or jobs, and just generally if it's easy for honors students to find unique opportunities. And so I'm going to give that one to Maya.
Hi, Hannah. So when you have that honors college label on you, automatically professors, faculty, even other students are going to automatically think, oh, she's dedicated. She wants to learn. She wants to get involved. Just all of the good things and good attributes about you. So kind of going along with it, you will have a lot of opportunities arise for you that may not arise for other students, which is such a great benefit of the Honors College. I can give you an example. The Honors College is definitely very good at providing opportunities to their students as well. Last fall, we had 3 Fortune 500 female CEOs come and visit the school, and some honor students were actually able to go have lunch with them if they had responded to the Honors College fast enough. So I think that's just a great example of the different opportunities that come to Honors College students. And besides that, you have things like research opportunities with professors and faculty, You have class opportunities, like there's an option for the next fall for honor students to take a class with President Alger. And I think that's just another great example of the opportunities that other students may not be able to get, but you will be able to get in the Honors College. So it's definitely a pathway to success if you do join the Honors College. And yeah, I think it's really great.
Great, thank you. Next question is coming in from Emily, and she wants to know if you're able to participate in a social sorority and be in the Honors College. And so I think, Blake, you can share some perspective on this.
Yes. Hi, Emily. So I'm actually in one of the social sororities on campus. We have 13, and I really don't find that they conflict at all. And I'm in the cabinet. I'm our scholarship director for my sorority, and even those responsibilities with the added things that I have to do and tasks, really it doesn't conflict. I don't find that it's stressful or anything at all. So I think both are a great experience, and if you could make both work, I would say definitely go for it. Then you have two communities and maybe some overlap, but it's really just great groups of people where you can really find your home.
Great, thank you, Blake. Next question is Brianna, and Brianna wants to know how the Honors College has made your overall JMU experience better. And so I'm going to send this one over to Meghan.
Hi. Personally, the Honors College experience that I've had so far at JMU in my freshman year has made all of the difference in the world. I've been able to participate in our student government called the Madison Honors Leadership Council, and organizations like this, the Honors Ambassadors, and I'll also be a teaching fellow for Honors 100 next year. And all of these activities, no matter the titles, no matter what they are, what they include, and the tasks that come with this leadership, they are great opportunities to build community. And among them all, I think the Honors College has given me the greatest opportunity to have one-on-one experiences with both Honors College faculty and faculty within my major, as well as the living experience I've had in Shenandoah. So I think the Honors people, because of the kindness that's there and just a really beautiful intention of wanting to help their students and each other, is just a really great way to build community, and that's exactly what JMU Honors College is all about. So
great, thank you. Okay, we have a question coming in about study abroad and just basically some study abroad experiences that you may have had. If the students could refresh my memory, who's been on a study abroad trip? Jordan? Okay, so Jordan, can you take this one about study abroad?
So I actually just got back from my Honors College study abroad. I went on a spring break study abroad trip, which is something that isn't really that common, but Honors offers two of them. There was one to the Dominican Republic and there was one to the Bahamas. And I went to the Bahamas to study cross-cultural competency and leadership. And it was an amazing opportunity. I never really had the opportunity to study abroad before, but now I was a senior and I really wanted to seek out those opportunities. And Honors was so helpful with being able to find a study abroad opportunity that would fit into my schedule before I graduated. And I was also able to receive a scholarship from Honors as well to help with the cost of study abroad, which really made it a lot easier for me to be able to go on this trip. I can't say enough good things about it. I wish I had studied abroad earlier so I could have gone on more than one.
And Kathleen, aren't you planning to go to St. Andrews? Could you talk a little about that?
Yeah, so one of the really nice things, like Jordan was saying, is the Honors College offers specific study abroads for honor students to fulfill some of their credits while they're there. And so there's some different ones. I'm planning on doing the St. Andrews semester next spring, currently in the application process for that. But non-honor students can do it, as far as I'm aware. And it's just a really unique way to get immersed in the culture of, for me, St. Andrews, because I'm going to be attending it like I'm a student there instead of some of the more JMU oriented study abroads that are offered. So it's really getting you out of your comfort zone and getting those honors courses knocked out where you couldn't take anything like that in the United States. So I'm excited.
Great. There's a question coming in about what does the Honors College offer for students that are coming in undeclared? Were any of you all undeclared coming in? No. Okay, so I think two ways that I can think to tackle this question that you might be able to speak on is first advising, and secondly, maybe discussing a little bit about what Honors 100 might offer in terms of exploring different majors for undeclared students. So I'll kick it over to Maya. You can choose however you think you might want to answer this undeclared question, and then we can get some other perspectives from different students.
For undeclared students, I would say even with the Honors 100 course, there is a little bit of planning your 4 years out in that class. It's assignment you do. So I would take that opportunity if you're in the Honors College to research the different majors and really see what courses interest you and maybe take it from there. But also we have a great advising system. We have Mr. Jerry Diener. I'm pretty sure he would be very willing to talk to you about what may interest you and what majors may are similar to your interests. But other than that, just even on campus, we have Career and Academic Planning Office, and they have a bunch of different resources for students who are undeclared. So I would take advantage of those opportunities as well.
Great, thank you. And I think Kathleen, did you want to add something to this too?
Yeah, so I actually changed majors. I was a business major coming in, which was not meant to be. I'm now a history poli-sci double major. But there's an assignment in Honors 100 that I remember that really made a big difference to me. And it was you had to research who was like doing really well in the field that you're going into. I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but I remember I wasn't excited at all to research the business people. No offense, Maya. But once I got into like looking at history, I just got so excited. And I also have a friend that was in the Honors College, and she came in undeclared and took, I know there's a course you can take freshman year that kind of introduces you and assesses what skills you really do well in. And she ended up becoming a CSD major, Communication Sciences and Disorders, which she didn't even know about till coming to JMU. So I think there's a lot of resources through the Honors College that really help.
Great, thank you. I'll take the next question. The question is, are there scholarships for honor students that can still be applied for? And there's actually there's a chat conversation happening on my phone right now with faculty members about this. We do have a few scholarships that are listed on our website. If you go to the Honors College website and go to the scholarships page and scroll all the way to the bottom, there are a few scholarships that are still available for application. I believe we are extending the application. The original application deadline was tomorrow, the 15th. I think we're extending those to the 30th for this year. And so check out the website and then you'll be able to see what's available. All right, and I think that on that note, we are done with questions. I want to thank all of our student panelists very much for being here, for answering questions. They're always great resources. Most of our honors ambassadors are also willing to connect with you one-on-one. So if that's something that you would like, just track me down on the Honors College website, send me an email, and I will get you connected with an honors ambassador. You can also go to our Visit Honors College website and see more information there about ways that you can find out more about the Honors College. And we do host drop-in Zoom sessions on Fridays at 1 o'clock, and that login information is there too. And so I also want to thank the honors faculty that have been hanging out and answering questions in the chat. And thank you so much for taking time to tune in. If we were not able to get to your questions during this panel, you can still leave those under the comment section, and we're going to make sure to respond to those as well. And also you can visit the Choices website for more information, and that link will be posted below too. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. And we hope to see you at the Honors College in the fall. Thank you.